Okay, test video one. 1, 2, 1, 2. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a little update on my relaxer. Basically, I'm going to tell you everything I did, what I used, what I did during this 12-week stretch, and the things that failed. So keep watching. Welcome to Lady Rette. My name is Rette Mokoli. If it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. So I finally reached week 12 of my relaxer stretch and I was so happy. I wasn't gonna go any longer than that because honestly, the longer you go, the harder it gets. And in my experience, sometimes if you stretch too long, you end up with a lot of breakage, and that's just more harm than good. Okay, so here's what I did. So this time around, I used the Dark and Lovely Anti-breakage relaxer in the strength regular. I didn't do it myself this time because there was just so much growth. I actually got my mom to help me with that. She helped me apply it. And then after, because I used the relaxer kit, so it just came with everything. After like a really long 12-week stretch, I prefer to use the box than the one in the bottle that's pre-mixed, because the relaxer kit, it kind of comes with everything. So that's what we use, the Dark and Lovely Anti-breakage relaxer. I left the relaxer on for about 18 minutes, which is a little bit longer than what I usually do. Usually I do like 15 minutes, but this time there was just so much growth and yeah, it was a lot. I didn't get any burning at all. I always set the timer as soon as the relaxer touches my hair. I used petroleum jelly on my hairline and on my scalp to protect my skin from the relaxer. Probably why I didn't get any relaxer burns as well. Always protect your skin. And after the 18 to 20 minutes were done, I rinsed off the relaxer and then I shampooed it with the neutralizing shampoo until the foam, you know, it's when there's still relaxer, it's pink. Once you wash it out, it's white, you know, the whole story. After that, I used, I think it was number 4 in the relaxer. It's like an anti-breakage hair mask thingy. I'm not really sure what it was, but I really want to try and find it on its own. It looked like some sort of fatty sort of thing, and I put it on my hair for like 10 minutes. And then I rinsed it out and my hair was so soft and full of volume. After that, I just patted my hair with a towel. So I recently got a heat protectant. It's the TRESemme Heat Defense, I think. I'll have to check. So basically I sprayed that on my hair and then I started to dry it with the hair dryer on the lowest setting. After that, I flat ironed it. The 5th thing in that relaxer kit was actually the moisturizer, which is this that I have right here. Actually, I didn't open any of the sachets because I realized that I already have this oil moisturizer in the bottle. So here's what the bottle looks like. It's the same thing. This and this are exactly the same. So I just use the bottle one, and I'll probably just use the sachets as a refill. Basically, I just use it on mostly focusing on my ends. So this time I didn't actually trim my hair because my hair the ends already looked pretty okay from my last trim, which wasn't too long ago. So I was like, okay, I don't really need to hack off a lot again. Otherwise, it's kind of counterproductive when you're trying to grow your hair, but then you're trimming too often, so you end up losing more length than you're actually retaining if you're cutting too often. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so the aftercare, basically, what I do after, I still use a wide tooth comb on my hair even though it's bone straight. That's why when I turn around you can sort of see like these kind of gaps, because that's from the wide tooth comb. Even when my hair is straight like this, relaxed, like root to end, I'd never use a comb like this, like just for the part maybe, but that's it. It's just, you have to protect your hair even when it's like this. In fact, we all know that what relaxer does is it breaks the bond of your hair to get it to be in the straight form, so you need to take extra care of your hair. Don't now go in with this just because your hair is bone straight. No, don't let that fool you. And I noticed that parts of my hair that tend to get dry the most are the ends and the back of my nape area, because it tends to rub against things, and also the ends are the oldest part of my hair. So I just go in with the anti-breakage oil moisturizer. I use that on the ends and on the back of my hair, and sometimes on the hairline. So that was Relaxer Day basically. Now I want to just talk about the 12-week stretch, what I did, what worked, what didn't work, and what failed. In this 12-week stretch, week 1 and 2 I usually just wear my hair out, because obviously I miss my hair so much. Week 3, 4, 5 going onwards, winter started to kick in, and for me winter is wig season because it keeps my head warm. I don't have to wear a beanie because there's usually all this long hair covering my ears. I basically I braid my hair into two. I make like 2 crown braids going around, pin the ends down with a bobby pin, and I just wear my wig cap. And I found that a lot easier than braiding cornrows, because number 1, I'm not too good at that, and number 2, when I just have 2 braids, even though it doesn't last as long, it's a lot easier for me to take down and do my wash day. That way I don't get lazy into not doing wash day. I'd say like from probably week 4, 5 going onwards, it was mostly my hair braided and wigs. I did occasionally on wash day just comb out my hair and just leave it as it was without braiding it or anything. I had only 1 trim during this 12-week stretch, which was basically the first trim in some years, actually not years, last year. So the trim I did during this 12-week stretch was like my first trim this year. Now in terms of wigs as a protective style, the one thing I didn't do was gluing down the entire hairline too often, because I really need my edges, guys. Like, you don't know how sad it is when you have all this beautiful head of hair and no edges. Like, that's unfortunate. If that's you, I'm so sorry. So basically, instead of gluing down the entire wig on my hairline, what I do instead is I put the wig like kind of here, and I just swoop the baby hairs, and that would hold the wig, and I put the comb in the back. Sometimes I'd put the comb on the side if I wanted it to be really secure and flat, but for the most part it was just the baby hairs of the wigs swooped down, which held it pretty well, and the comb at the back. I was also washing my wig every week, basically as often as I washed my hair, because the last thing you want is having all that dirt just packing onto your hair that you're trying to keep healthy and clean. So wash your wigs, wash your hair. As for wash day, I did experiment with stretching my wash day. Actually, I was trying to see like how I can stretch my wash day, because I was having a few issues with breakage, especially as it got like week 6 and onwards of the relaxer stretch. So I tried a week, and I tried 2 weeks. There was a lot of breakage. I tried a week and some days, about 3 days. That kind of worked okay. From now on, I just wash my hair every single week. I try to do it on the same day so that I get into a routine and I don't get lazy about it. So relaxer stretching works. Wash day stretching, not so much. Okay, so what failed? Basically, definitely the wash day stretching. That did not work. Not only was it super itchy, it just felt very icky, honestly, and the breakage was quite a lot. At the same time, I'm not sure if it was because it's the breakage that would have happened anyway within those 2 weeks, like your normal hair shedding, or if it was just the result of that 2-week no wash. Another thing I experimented with, which failed like terribly. I wanted to do a video on it, but I was like, no, this is heartbreaking. But I'll put some footage there of basically how it looked. So I tried air drying my hair around like week I think it was 9 or 10 of my relaxer stretch. Terrible idea. Number one, you have two textures going on there. One is really kinky and coily. The other is bone straight. When they dry, they're not going to dry the same way. Neither can you dry them the exact same way. So I think air drying would definitely work when you're not that far into your relaxer stretch. Once you get towards like week 6 and onwards, depending on how much new growth you have. I'm not saying that air drying doesn't work, but I just think the further you get into your relaxer stretch, the results are gonna be a lot more different than you expect. So that's definitely something that I would not do again. Not air drying, but air drying at that point in the relaxer stretch, because I've air dried my hair before and the results were not as terrible as at week 10 or 9 or whatever week it was. Basically, I'm not really that big of a fan of air drying. I prefer using my hair dryer on the lowest setting. Plus I also got a heat protectant. So before I used to use this other serum, I don't remember what the name of it was, but that also worked really well. But I think with this method, with the heat protectant, hair dryer on the lowest setting, I'll see how that turns out. I mean, I've never really had issues with heat damage because I've always been really cautious with the amount of time I spend with the hair dryer, or I don't really flat iron my hair that often, although I did on this relaxer day. But I've been avoiding the hair straightener a lot. I used to be addicted to it. But so I basically only use the hair straightener when I'm trimming my hair or on my relaxer day, just as a little bonus. So that was my relaxer day. I'll see if I can find some pictures of basically a comparison between last time and this time. We can compare the difference. Now with hair growth, you always need to be patient and don't be too hard on yourself if you have like setbacks like the one I had with the air drying or that experimental wash day stretching. So don't be too hard on yourself. It's hair. It grows, it falls out, it breaks, it grows. That's hair. So comment down below where you are with your stretching. Are you newly relaxed as well? Or are you far along in the stretching? Are you one of those brave 21-week stretch girls? Comment down below. And that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!